Today we're going to be talking about the safest city in America. So stick around to find out where it is.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Zach. This is my beautiful wife, Cindy. We are a couple of local real estate agents in the Raleigh-Durham area, and today we're going to be talking about Cary. Cary, North Carolina is the safest city in the country, according to Goodhire. So if you're first time here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're not the first time here, welcome back. Our number is below, so you can hit that. You can hit us up anytime you want. If you got questions about the area, any questions about real estate in the area, we'd love to help you out. But with all that being said, we're gonna dig into what makes Cary the safest city. Most of the folks that reach out to us from YouTube, I would say a good portion of them are interested in Cary or Apex or somewhere on that southwest side of the triangle. So Goodhire.
The tire
Goodhire
company
is a tire company. Yeah, they're a tire company.
That's the Cary's where you get the least amount of nails in your tire.
It is. Yeah. Safest area to drop.
Yeah.
No. So Goodhire, which is, I have no clue who they are. They're some company, but they produced a study based on FBI data that went over property crime, violent crime. What was the other one? Crime of something. I don't know. It was some weird thing I've never heard of. But anyway, they averaged how much crime takes place in all these cities out in the country. Cary scored a 1.4 out of 100, which was really, really good. The lower the score, the better, kind of like golf. So the next closest on the list scored a 4.4. So Cary just crushed all the competition, which was really neat.
It really is. It's pretty cool. Yeah, to put some of that in perspective, cities like nearby Durham and Raleigh were more like in the 40s, I think, for Raleigh.
Raleigh was 39.
Yeah, Durham was 41.
61.
61, excuse me. Yeah, 61. And then in the 60s and kind of near Durham were places that you would probably be familiar with, like Austin, Dallas, Denver. Places like that. So that just, if you feel safe in those areas, think about how much more safe you will feel in Cary.
Yeah, it was really impressive. So we're going to talk about some things that make Cary great and why people love to move to Cary. All right, so outside of crime, what are some reasons why people love to move to Cary and maybe why you're considering to move to Cary? So one would be proximity to the rest of the triangle. So the triangle has really grown as a hub for either biomedical sciences or tech or just medical in general. University system's really strong. And so Cary is really well situated. It's on the southwest side of the triangle, but it's got great access to Raleigh. It's got great access to Chapel Hill. It's got great access to Durham. There's really not an area in the triangle, great access to the airport, that Cary does not have great access to.
Yeah, I think that makes it really compelling. And then if your job is in the actual Research Triangle Park, so we have like the big triangle that we're talking about, like the cities, but then there's actually like a place called RTP within the triangle. So the little triangle within the big triangle. And that's where all of these businesses are. And it's a quick commute into RTP for people. So I think that's how it kind of started exploding several decades ago. But as RTP has continued growing, that has continued to make Cary really appealing for families because it's like close to that, but it's great for families. Like
it is.
It's just such a great place to
live. The second reason, or another reason, I guess, that folks like to move to Cary is the neighborhoods. Cary really excels at planned neighborhoods. They have some excellent neighborhoods in there, really with a lot of different price points. I mean, Cary in general is priced higher, quite a bit higher than the rest of the triangle, but you can find some neighborhoods that are going to be on the lower end of that spectrum. And so Cary they do neighborhoods really well. They do walking trails in neighborhoods well. Cary has like 80 miles of greenway trails. They have a park on every corner, which I think was number 3 on the list, and I'm
Yeah.
already getting into it. But it's amazing.
Yeah,
So,
and kind of what Zach means by those planned neighborhoods is that like these neighborhoods, they have a lot of amenities like within the neighborhood, like, you know, Greenway Trail
Yep.
access is in the neighborhood, or these like just really amazing pools that have like water slides and lazy rivers. Like, it's wild to me. I'm like, oh, that seems like something I only did as a kid on a cruise ship. I don't know. But just really nice neighborhoods. So if you're really like a social person, or you want your kids to be able to hop on their bike and go on, feel like they're safe to go on their bike and hop on a Greenway Trail, like those are really nice paved trails that
they are really
you know,
nice.
just get you into nature, and you know, it could just be right there. They don't have to be like riding their bike on a busy road, which is really cool. So that is one really nice thing about a lot of the neighborhoods there.
Yeah, and the nice thing is if Cary, the price points of Cary don't work, there's other places in the Triangle that are really great fits for that very reason. Apex, Holly Springs, Wake Forest, all have those same kind of benefits that Cary does. They're just not the safest place in the country like Cary.
Yeah.
They're still very safe.
Bad,
yeah, they're still very safe, but they're not number one. They're not number one.
And the third on our list that kind of dipped his toe into this is the park system there. There's so many parks in Cary. You know, they're not all huge or anything like that, but it just seems like there's easy access to get to like a nice place to hang out with your kids, or go on a date or something like that. So some have like playgrounds, some are just like green spaces. They've done a big like revamp of this place that's not finished yet, but downtown they're gonna have this amazing park with like
it's really incredible.
The renderings of it look amazing with like water features and all this stuff, so it looks really cool. So it's a great place. It's beautiful and just really well kept and clean, and you can tell when they were kind of planning out the city, they did just a really good job planning it out. Like nothing seems like out of place or random, you know, it just all flows together really nicely.
So if you're interested in living in the safest place in the country, Cary might be for you. I just love that it's number 1 on the list. I mean, I've always known that Cary was a safe area, but to be number 1 on the list by that high of a score compared to the next closest score is really, it's really impressive. And honestly, just the Triangle in general, I mean, to have a couple cities in the top 50, I mean, it's impressive. It's pretty awesome.
So we can brag about it.
Yeah.
But all that to say, to brag about, there are some cons to Cary too.
There are.
Just like anywhere, right? You know, it's not all rainbows and butterflies in Cary. Zach kind of hit on this. I think the biggest con is definitely the price points in Cary. So the price points in Cary, an average around the Triangle is about, you know, we're looking at like $450,000 to buy a home in the Triangle right now. Cary is about $650,000 for a single family home. So, you know, if you're interested in a townhome, the averages would pull that down, but you know, it's about $200,000 more to live in Cary than some other places nearby. So you pay the price to be.
You do. I mean, you pay. You pay the premium to be in Cary. And so that's the biggest con.
Right. So, but if your budget allots for something around that, and then we definitely highly recommend Cary for sure.
Absolutely.
And then I think the other con would just be how fast it's growing because it's so popular. So I think the population there is like really increasing, not expanding. Just it's getting a little bit busier, but I think the road system there is pretty good. Like I don't think you're gonna feel like, oh, I'm constantly in traffic in Cary. But you know, I think it's managing itself pretty well. But it's definitely an ideal place to live and safe.
It is. Well, thanks for watching the video on the safest city in the country, which is Cary, North Carolina. If you're interested in Cary or interested about anything else in the Triangle, we have a ton more videos you can check out. Like I said earlier, if you have not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And like I mentioned earlier as well, that number on the screen, that is our number. We're the ones that answer those phone calls and text messages. So if you have any interest in the Triangle or just have some questions about what it looks like to live there, questions about real estate in the area, we'll love to chat with you. And you can also find us on social media. Yeah, you can find us on social media, like Instagram, Facebook. If you search The Honeycut Realtors, we'd love to connect with you there. You can also find us on our website, honeycutrealtors.com, or just text or call the number like Zach mentioned. But we'd love to get to know you and help you figure out the best place in the Triangle for you and your family. But thanks for tuning in, and we will see y'all next time.